Welcome back to the Crypto is Key conversation. I quickly wanted to jump on this breaking news. This is from Crypto Law. They had tweeted, Judge Torres denies SEC motion to strike fair notice defense. Gonna give a round of applause. That is absolutely massive for the XRP community, and that's massive for Ripple in their case. So if we come over here and take a look at the document, I'm just coming down here to the end. You can go through and read this if you like, but if you just look at this statement. Accordingly, the SEC's motion to strike Ripple's fair notice affirmative defense is denied. That is absolutely massive. And that's a huge victory for Ripple. And that's a light at the end of the tunnel for the XRP community. And when it comes to settlement, the likelihood of settlement just seems way more obvious and something that can be way more real in the grander scheme of things. So I just wanted to start with that breaking news. But I'm going to come back here to the CoinGecko. We're currently sitting at a $1.81 trillion market cap, currently down 0.8%. And I'm just going to touch on Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. So obviously Bitcoin sitting at 38,939, Ethereum sitting at 2,576. So if we come over here and look at Bitcoin really quick, if we look at the 7-day. So as you can see, we had a pump with the update from the executive order from Biden's administration. Obviously, we have a dump down, and I've been going through the Twitterverse, kind of looking at like Will Clemente's tweets, looking at a couple other technical analysis people's tweets, and kind of just getting a feel for kind of what's going on in the market. And one thing that popped out to me when it comes to that is obviously there seems to be like some sort of narrative being pushed. So obviously Bitcoin's down. It was just recently at 42,322 plus. So now it's down back in the 38s, and they were talking about a potential short squeeze coming. So I quickly wanted to touch on that before I continue on to everything. So coming over here, where they talk about a short squeeze, you got some different narratives going on. So this is from Finance News. It says El Salvador's finance minister says a Bitcoin-backed bond might be issued March 15th and 20th. So we know that March 15th and 16th is the FOMC meeting with Jerome Powell and the Fed and their interest rate hikes, and kind of if they're going to take a more dovish approach, or a more hawkish approach, or we kind of have like a settled approach to raising the interest rates, whether that be 25 basis points or whatever the case is. So you have that negative narrative that's kind of already being factored into the markets. But then, with the suppression of the price, they're saying that there could be a potential short squeeze because you have, a lot of money coming in with just this headline alone. So if we come over here to Yahoo Finance, it says El Salvador already has $500 million in verbal commitments for its $1 billion meme Bitcoin bond, and $5 billion in more bonds could follow. So you got billions of dollars that are going to be coming into Bitcoin. So if you see the prices, down at these levels, you got billions coming in. The shorts are seeming like they're going to be getting wrecked. And I saw a couple different tweets, and one of them was talking about, a lot of Bitcoin was purchased from Coinbase. So the reserves on Coinbase dropped down. There was like I forgot the number. I'm not going to say. There's a lot of Bitcoin was purchased. Plus you have like I think it was Terra Luna was talking about purchasing some Bitcoin, and we're going to talk more on what happened with Luna, because they have a lot of positivity that's going on within Luna. But I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. So, if you're a trader or you invest heavily in Bitcoin, or you've been selling based off of the fear that's going on in the market, clearly we're down 6 points from yesterday. I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. That's the narrative I've been getting, like a potential short squeeze that's coming. So just continuing on to the main topic of a discussion. So obviously this is massive for the XRP community and the Ripple in regards of their defense in the case. So the Judge Torres denies SEC motion to strike fair notice defense. Eleanor Tarrant had a tweet thread here. Says, breaking statement from Ripple General Counsel Stuart Alderadi to Fox Business. Quote, today's order confirms that there is a serious question as to whether the SEC ever provided Ripple with fair notice that its distribution of XRP since 2013 would ever be prohibited under the securities laws. We will continue to fight hard in defending this case so that the industry can get the needed clarity it deserves to move forward and thrive. And while we would have preferred the cases against Brad and Chris to end now, the court has decided to make the SEC prove its claims. We are confident that ultimately all of the SEC's claims will be dismissed. That is, I got to give another, that is huge. Coming down here, XRP Crypto Walk says, it amazes me how Gary Gensler taught blockchain classes at MIT and still can't clearly see that XRP is not a security. Hands down, absolutely. So continuing on here, Johnny Dean also had a little tweet here. It says, the judge rules on all matters of law and a jury decides issues of facts. The judge could theoretically find that as a matter of law, Ripple did not receive fair notice or she could say it's a factual issue for the jury to decide. I lean toward the jury will decide if no settlement. So obviously we would like, there to be a settlement, because obviously that would mean without it going through full adjudication, in the courts, obviously a settlement would mean it would happen sooner, but only on what Brad Garlinghouse has said is his terms. We need, regulatory clarity that, says like, hey, XRP status is not a security. So it's got to be the right way. We just don't want some sort of settlement that just doesn't give us the clarity that we need. So he says, this is with a favorable Judge Netburn ruling on the Hinman speech emails, and Estabrook notes a huge momentum for Ripple and XRP holders. Hands down, absolutely. This is absolutely massive. And I want to touch on Jeremy Hogan's tweet here. So this was like a couple hours before Judge Torres's announcement came out, like the documents came out. He goes, "Dear Judge Torres, I know you've been working on the pending rulings in the Ripple versus SC case this week. On behalf of myself and certain other interested parties, we'd really like to get those rulings today if possible." So keep in mind, he said this before the news kind of hit the Twitterverse. So it's crazy that he said that. Then he comes down here and goes, "Dear Judge Torres, thank you for the quick response. It's so much appreciated. Have a great weekend and stay warm." So they come down here and says, XRP Crypto Wolf says, Judge Torres is obviously stalking Jeremy Hogan's tweets. So, I mean, I thought that was quite interesting that, as he's sitting here saying we would like to see it today if possible, we get the verdict today and we see this great word denied. I mean, that is absolutely massive. So I kind of wanted to share kind of the quick update what's going on with the Ripple versus SC case, and that's a huge win for the XRP army, community, and for Ripple. So coming over here, we're going to talk about some more kind of stuff that's going on within the space. We have SEC rejects NYDIG's Global X Spot Bitcoin ETF applications. The move continues a recent string of denials by the SEC and applications for spot Bitcoin ETFs. Okay, so I have different opinions kind of on this Bitcoin ETF. I think it will happen. It just, we've been waiting for a Bitcoin ETF, a spot Bitcoin ETF for years now. And just to see deny after deny, it's just like, okay, so what is the SEC looking for? Is this something that's going to take place after, the actual formal document of Biden's executive order on crypto comes out? Like, when is this spot ETF going to happen? And obviously, that's going to be a huge catalyst that can really spike this market up and put it, into that positive light and that positive uptrend. Obviously, we've already talked about, the potential short squeeze with this El Salvador stuff coming out, and there's obviously other factors. But remember, I was talking about Luna. Luna has flipped Ethereum and Solana to become the most staked asset with 31.6 billion. So I'm coming over here and I've been watching Terra just kind of literally tear it up. It's sitting at $90, and I remember I don't even think it was in the top 10, a week ago? I can't remember, but I mean, look, it's over Solana, over Cardano, over Polkadot. I mean, it's sitting in the number spot, and it's literally right under XRP. Obviously, XRP is under, an SEC investigation, but XRP's at 4.5 billion, almost 4.6 billion, and then you have Luna almost at 4 billion. So obviously they're crushing him, and look at this. It says, here's why Terra Luna is up 20% in 24 hours. It says the key points: Terra has been one of the few cryptos to gain the value during 2020's crypto slump. Terra is a whole decentralized finance ecosystem powered by stablecoins. Terra has now almost 1.5 billion in reserves to support UST to US dollars pegged token. So, I mean, there's so much going on, and I can't remember. I saw a tweet thread that was talking about Terra. I forgot who the owner was. Don't quote me on this, but roughly what I got out of it was like they're trying to put more Bitcoin on their reserves, and they were kind of coming at. I don't know if it was disrespectful, but respectfully kind of coming at. What's the gentleman's name? It's crossing my mind right now. I mean, I'm kind of lost it, but pretty much they were talking about, they're going to purchase, some Bitcoin and put it on more Bitcoin and put it on the reserve. So that kind of goes with that same narrative of like, okay, you have, this down Bitcoin price, and then you have like all these positive narratives that's coming out. That's kind of, you see more Bitcoin going off exchange, reserves dropping on exchanges. Then you have, El Salvador coming out with their Bitcoin backed bond. And then you have, these blockchain companies like Terra, purchasing Bitcoin, putting it on their reserves. I mean, there's so much going on. It's like, okay, are they really setting up a short squeeze? So I kind of wanted to throw that narrative out there, and I want to, give hats off to people who are investing in Luna. That's absolutely massive. So some positives in the space. It says Apple's co-founder says, I think Bitcoin is going to 100,000. And I love this from Jungle Inc. XRP. He goes, thank you for telling me what I already know. I mean, absolutely. I mean, come on, really? Obviously, there's some people out there that, look up to Steve Wozniak and, they see this and they go, oh, okay, I want to get in the crypto space or I want to purchase Bitcoin, which is positive. But it's like to see stuff like this, I mean, for us that's been in here, it's just a matter of when, not if. We know that eventually Bitcoin is going to hit 100,000+. It's just a fact. We see the writing on the wall. This is huge. It says over 1.8 billion in capital entered the crypto space this week, up 36% from 1.34 billion last week. So this is from Jacqueline Malinek. So you would have to fact check it. Obviously, Blackwork has an article on it, but it's like that's absolutely huge. And this is so early. When the regulatory clarity comes out and everyone knows how to operate on the right side of the law, and they know what steps to take, the appropriate way to move forward and progress and scale the blockchain companies and their projects and their utility and use case. Once all that happens, and then all that the trillions, billions and trillions of dollars sitting on the sidelines can come in, these numbers are going to be minuscule. I mean, we are so early. I mean, we're sitting at a $1.81 trillion market cap. So, I mean, that's a huge positive. I wanted to end on this one. I didn't want this video to be too long, but it says Crypto Weekly Recap. Biden signs crypto executive order. Dubai reveals crypto legal framework. South Korea elects a pro-crypto president. Thailand approves pro-crypto tax rules. State Street wants to offer crypto custody. Goldman Sachs offers access to ETH fund. So there's a lot of positivity, a lot of adoption happening. Okay, there's so much happening within this space. And obviously, we've been in this extreme fear range. I mean, it seems like forever. Yes, we were in neutral, last month a little bit, and we've been hovering in the fear range. But extreme fear has been our range. We've been going through a lot. Obviously, there's a lot of different narratives out there, a lot of negative press that's been happening. So if markets are being affected, it's just a matter of time until this thing really starts turning around and we have, some more upside. And we start kind of teetering over to this side of the fear and greed index. But all in all, for the XRP community, for the Ripple, for Ripple in their case against the SEC, this is absolutely massive. Judge Torres denies SEC motion to strike fair notice defense. Look at this word, denied. It's just a matter of time, baby. All right, with all that being said, stay strong out there. Be safe.